And we're live.
Yeah, so that was my other gas mask. I carry one. I have a go bag in my car that I have with me at all times in case there's a dirty bomb that hits or something.
Damn, you're prepared for the biochemical attacks.
NBC CBR rated for nuclear fallout and stuff.
Got your iodine capsules.
Iodine capsules. I got I've got 6 55-gallon drums of water. No, I got it. I got my ex used to work for a pharmaceutical firm.
And
got some other stuff.
Dead. If there's an apocalypse, I want to die. I want to die early.
Really?
No, there's not a lot of happiness that happens afterwards.
I'm
looking forward to it.
When the world collapses. I don't know. I don't think I'll do well. Everyone imagines they'll do well, but some gang of guys like Wolf has been preparing, and they're gonna be rolling down the street as you're like counting the number of cans of ravioli you have.
I feel like I just need to find that group, and they'll be like, "Are you FPS Russia?"
Kill him and go to his house. I know he has guns.
You have a lot of guns.
I'm very popular amongst right-wing militia groups. All right, yes, I think I'll do a-okay.
That could save you in the end.
I'd be like, "Can I hang with you guys? Hang with us. Can we make him like Colonel Kyle or something? It has a ring to it. Like, I think I'll be okay."
Dude, I got it all. I've been doing that. I've got generated. I've been doing that stuff since the 90s blackout that hit East Coast.
Wow, you're ready.
So before, like,
what kind of you have MREs? You may have just said a minute ago, but I didn't hear.
Yeah, I've got a few. A lot of MREs I don't trust because they don't last long term. I just keep rotating certain food sources.
I got obsessed with this YouTube channel that like reviews MREs.
Yeah,
and he makes them seem like delicious. He's like, "Oh, we've got a 1986 Czech Republic fucking like MRE. This is the MRE that they gave to the pilots." And they'll crack it open, and it's like all sorts of disgusting shit, you know. And he's just like, that's got a nice smoky flavor. And I'm sitting there like, does it now? I'm hungry watching this. It's like sitting and watching someone like the Food Network or something. And next thing I know, I'm on not even Amazon. I'm on eBay buying like European MREs from like the early 90s. None of them are good. No. They're all awful.
Yeah.
Just disgusting. I did end up with I've still got a case of American like current issue MREs.
Yeah, but, the overpriced stuff.
Yeah. I think they're like $12 a pop or something like that.
Yeah.
They're not cheap, but they're actually not too bad. I think maybe like there's some sort of like cheesy chili macaroni or something like that.
Yeah, you can get like vegan stuff now and everything, man.
Yeah, they got like vegetarian pasta, and some of those are like anything that's like noodles and like tomato sauce. Yeah, they have that figured out.
Basics, yeah.
But if you try to do like an MRE hamburger or an MRE hot dog or anything, that's no good.
The thing is, though, you gotta think of it if you're at a point that you're starving so badly, you're not gonna care.
No,
about right? Like,
no, you wouldn't care.
And from what I've learned from experience, you don't want to get stuff that tastes good in your storage because people are just gonna start eating it when you don't need to. You know what I mean? Like,
it works for a diet. You know,
you just want to store some dry oatmeal.
Yeah, because there's the pantry's running low. The kids are just gonna go downstairs and get the food that they like in the emergency supply.
In the early days of the coronavirus, like somebody was making the point about like what happens if like the gasoline gets shut down. Like, what if the guys who like run the oil fucking systems like are all too sick to work or whatever? And I did go get like, I don't know, less than 10 pounds, but more than 5 pounds of rice and dried beans.
Yep. But people don't understand how weak or how independent the system is. Like, grocery stores only carry enough food for 72 hours. So if, say for instance, the trucking industry stopped, they'd run out of food in like 2 days at most. 3 days, because everyone's gonna be rushing out getting food like crazy. Look at how fast everything emptied during the beginning of COVID. Look at how fast the shelves emptied. If that happened like on a long-term basis, oh my gosh, it would be insane. And you think, and it's funny because I talk about this and I was like, people think like, oh, you know what? It wouldn't be like the movies. People aren't going to attack each other over, when shit hits the fan and stuff. You go, are you crazy? Have you seen how people act during a Black Friday sale? And that's over a TV. how are people going to act when their kids are starving? Like, and we're so far away from that third world mentality. We're so first world that we can't even envision what it'd be like. Like, we don't, like, humans in North America don't look out for each other. Like, we just want people to like wear a mask, and we got people fighting over that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, think about it.
I feel like you're onto something.
The mask thing to me, I'm sorry if I could.
Yeah.
It's like the downside of wearing a mask is you wore a mask when you didn't need one.
Yeah.
The upside is you've saved lives. And to me, it's just a no fucking brainer. Like these conspiracy theories who were like, oh, this and that about the virus, it's not even that dangerous, etc. And I'd read that and I'd be like, you know, like it does seem like a healthy young man like myself would be okay. I get that. But like, what is at stake here? Me putting on a mask, like I don't know about y'all, but I've got a super comfy mask. I got one of the ones that's like a neckerchief, like it's like a stretchy like pantyhose type thing that like comes up. First of all, everybody looks better in a mask. Second of all, like I feel like it's almost like wearing sunglasses around other people. You like don't have to deal with them. I can kind of like I can kind of go to my own little place. So when I walk into like a pharmacy or something, now I was in the pharmacy a couple days ago, like 15 people in there waiting in line. And I got my fucking mask. I'm like a bank robber. I even said that when I got up there. I'm like, you know, if I'd walked in here 2 years ago with this, you'd have called the cops. Because I got like the full like thing up covering half this much of my face. Yep. And then I got my like sunglasses on. I don't mind it a bit. I don't mind it a bit.
Got into watching Formula One, and they all had these like stylized European cut masks. They look great. I was like, that's what I want. So that's what I have.
But as Kyle was saying, how little does it take? How little does it take to look out for other people? Like, and these guys are, and then look at all these friggin' cases building up in Florida now of all these governors, and Tucker Carlson is out. Oh, man, now you got to get the MAG vaccine. Like, it took people to die for people to change their ways. Like, I swear, sometimes humanity just asks for it. Like, it's like, Jesus, Murph. Like, I was wearing masks before you had to wear masks. Like, the January before COVID really broke out, I had a box of N95 masks. Like, you can get them from Home Depot for $18.99, box of 20. And I just sent a text to my family, go out and buy a couple boxes of these now at Home Depot. All right. And they all laughed at me. LOL. Oh, you and your end of the world stuff. Oh, you and your prepper. And I said, just please go out and buy it. 2 months later, gone. You couldn't find it. And not even the hospitals could get 95 masks, right? And now you try and get them now. They're like $5 for one disposable mask for R95 or N95. Yeah.
That's wildly expensive.
Wildly expensive. And those just so cheap to make.
How much does it cost to make that? Like 3 cents?
Yeah. At least. At the most. I should say. And it's like I still have boxes.
It's a good margin.
It's like it's like the I mean, imagine if this was a real pandemic, like something. What was that movie with
World War Z?
His wife was cheating on him in Beijing, and she came back and brought the disease over. It's with the guy from it's not going to come to me now.
That's not Contagion, is it?
Yes, Contagion.
Oh,
that
it is.
Movie. Okay. Have you seen that movie?
Go
watch that movie. That will get your good paranoia going really good.
So I've argued against the survival stuff a couple times on this show.
Okay.
Where the thought process was like, it's almost like these people wish there was an alternative world where they get to be Negan and they'll be in charge. And if you really want to change your life for the better, go to community college and learn to weld or HVAC or whatever. That was the thing I put out there a bunch of times. Now that we're deeper into this COVID thing and I'm watching how people respond, and I've just finished watching the whole Walking Dead. It's like maybe Wolf is onto something. Maybe, yeah. Like
tell me your worries.
I don't think it's your first thing, right? I think that maybe the first thing you get to if you're young in life, you're broke, you have no skills. Step 1, go to community college and learn HVAC repair. Step 2, accumulate a little money and buy some memories. Like maybe not step 2, but anyway, I'm not saying that should be your primary focus, but if you have some of your other bases covered, it's not dumb.
I'm not one of those doomsday preppers guys. Like, have you seen that show, Doomsday?
You look a little. I mean, with the mask on, you cosplay as one.
You definitely are. You're more similar to that show than you're letting on.
There are guys, but
it's a cool show.
There are people out there who live that 24/7.
That's a real meme, right? Just like him wearing that mask with the what looks like guns behind him, and then text saying, "I'm not one of those doomsday preppers."
I'm not some weirdo.
But yeah, I like there are guys out there who like take their families out in the middle of nowhere and start, trying to live off the grid and solar panels and drinking rainwater and eating.
Guys who drive themselves into poverty by decking out shipping containers.
They invest all of their money into it. Like, no, dude, I have properties, I have businesses, I have kids going to college, I've got hot women, like I have a life.
Your other bases are covered.
Very much so. Like this is I'm not going broke buying equipment, but at the same time, when something did happen, I didn't have to run out and get toilet paper. I didn't have to run out, and there was a point where what do they call it, chicken broth. Everyone started buying all the chicken broth for some reason. I already had that in storage. Like it's
like no calories in there.
But I'm saying I don't know why it happened. It's just random stuff. Like there's nothing. I have a generator if the power goes out. I have most of the bases covered that I can survive for a few months without. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How many watts is your generator?
I've got
How many watts is your generator?
I'm not even sure actually.
Enough.
I just
I don't
started every couple of months and make sure it's running okay. But I have enough, like I'm not that into it that I know the specific wattage and yada yada. I know I have enough power to keep certain things running if need be for a good amount of time. But again, seeing the reality of how humans react when it comes to hard times made me realize that the government, I'm not an anti-government guy, I'm not one of those guys. The government's not going to look out for you because they'll just shut everything down, and all those government guys are rich anyway, so they're just being mansions. And it's how many movies have you seen where the government just shuts down and people go crazy? It's like that's a human condition thing. It's not like people are not going to be singing Kumbaya and on campfires as the zombies are coming. They're going to be like trying to take each other's food. And
well, that's what every zombie movie is about. Every zombie movie has the like undertone of like, it's not the zombies that are the number one thing to deal with. It's the other people who are going to be trying to steal your generator and take your food and pilfer your toilet paper.
And
you're talking about
true
doomsday preppers. Like the way you said it is 1,000,000% true, because there is no middle class prepper on the planet based on that show. It is someone who has $30,000 to their name and built something that's not, I wouldn't spend a weekend there on a bet. Or there are guys who are multi-millionaires and took like a little piece of their fortune. One guy built an actual castle. He's like, I want to be able to survive, and I also love the Middle Ages. So I built a castle, and he has his like 9 children come there and do a contest and of like a survival literally like handing them bows, like, what I've taught you, I can't leave this to all of you, and some of you don't take it seriously, so we're having a competition to see who will get left this really valuable piece of land with this goofy castle on it. And it's like his kids competing in like archery, and some of them are like over getting talked to by the camera like, this is fucking retarded, man, I don't even want it. And then some other ones are like, yeah, I want the fucking castle. I could sell this for like $4 million. You know how much land is on this? We have a lake, moving water. There's well water. We got everything. Yeah, I can sell this to some, land settlement company.
But it's like
that's
I said,
what it is.
It's like again, like it's just basic survival instinct, I guess. But I don't, especially when I have kids, I want to make sure they're okay. You know what I mean? Like when you see all these survival movies, 99% of them are a guy surviving on his own. What? One movie that struck me was, it's not going to come to me now. The movie with Brad Pitt and his family and the zombies came.
Oh, that's
World War Z.
World War Z. That was the first movie that really took a guy and his kids and put him in that scenario. And I was like, holy shit, could I survive that? With everyone thinks about it on their own. No one thinks about it.
No, he survived
have
like
little
4
kids
plane
in-
crashes in that movie.
That's
Yeah,
true.
He should have
stupid.
died.
Yeah.
That was stupid, but I'm saying
There was like an RV with the keys in it just when he needed it. If
just
I
when he
recall
did. Yeah, I
correctly.
know. I'm not saying it was great, but I'm saying
He escaped Israel at one point.
that scene was so cool, though. That scene was so cool. though.
Escape from Israel.
Yeah, but
Like
I'm
Escape
saying,
from Las Vegas.
I play that
like,
game.
if people don't take it seriously, and people are freaking out just because they have to wear a mask, and like I said, if food ever runs dry for real, you're gonna see some nasty stuff from humanity. If the internet ever dies, if there's one EMP and there's no way to talk to each other, and there's no government to tell you what to do, and there's no radios, maybe ham radios, but if like one good EMP dirty bomb sets off after some guy from Afghanistan comes over, sets it off, people will like just go crazy and start stealing stuff from stores and take this and take that. And I mean, I taught my kids how to use my bolt action 308 the other day, and someone was a little worried about it. Are you crazy to me? Like they learned how to use my AR the weekend before that.
Yeah.
And go, how many kids don't know how to actually safely operate a firearm, especially in Canada, actually the States too. Most
Yeah,
of
we have a
4 years old already. It's time to learn.
It depends on the state here.
I learned
Like
it from-
every single person I knew being from Missouri, they learned how to shoot guns when they were younger. But like friends from even Colorado, California, they're like, wait, what? You were a child and they gave you a gun? It's like, yeah, my grandpa gave me my first shotgun, a 20 gauge when I was 6.
Yeah, but I lived in New York for a very long time. No one knows how to shoot there.
Mm-hmm.
Very few know how to shoot there.
And they're also like, or not all, that's not a fair generalization, but like so many of them treat guns like they're just gonna go off being around it.
Yeah.
They're like, this is
They're scared. It's
intrinsically
literally fear.
dangerous. It's like,
Literally
no,
fear.
it's a paperweight until you pick it up. And then you need to have the right. It's either that. I've found like people who are from areas that aren't big on guns. It's either like, don't even want to touch it. Don't even want to like be around it, which I would prefer to the other kind, which is like, does not treat it at all with the reverence that it deserves, where they're like, oh, we're just goofing around with guns. Like, we're like a bunch of dumb rednecks, aren't we? And it's like, well, you just barrel swept 4 people, you fucking cunt. What's wrong with you? Like, this isn't a joke. Like, just because you think like some hillbilly this is just because you think it's a hillbilly thing doesn't mean those hillbillies are going out there like yeehaw, like shooting each other. Like they're all being careful.
Yeah.
Or they're dead.
And Canada, it's like there's no, I don't want to say there's no need for guns up here, but the crime, like if a lot of Americans don't know what it is like in Canada. Like it's so, like I lived in New York and chose to move back up here because it's so much more peaceful and less racism, and the healthcare system is so awesome, and you don't have to worry about anything, right? And like the thing is though, like if I was a gangster, I would take my crew and move them up to Canada because you could take everything. You know what I mean?
That's where so many mob movies have done that.
Nobody has guns to protect themselves. Police are completely, like if you're ever a Joker and came up to Canada, it'd be a field day. You know what I mean? And it's like there's no protection of any kind. Because we're so used to. I mean, we have a few shootings here, but it's only people who like guys who selling drugs who shoot each other. We don't have school shootings. We don't have random shootings. We don't. Once in a while, we get some crazy person to run people down under a truck on the sideway or something like that. Yeah. But they're so spoiled here that when I say I know how to use a firearm, they look at me like I'm the full-on crazy doomsday prepper just because I know how to use them or because I own one. So it's so far removed up here that I'm going to be an alpha if anything should really hit the fan up here. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's scary, but Woody, you got to think about, and you have, I mean, you've been on that property for a while now, but you got the land and the resources to be able to accumulate a few things. Don't go crazy, but just think about,
I've got 2 generators and I don't know how many guns. So there's
okay. But you need to eat something, man.
The most tempting thing about
he has
Canada,
neighbors.
One neighbor grows food. I wonder how many guns he has.
Not enough.
You only need one.
It's what 3
I'll let you live if you keep growing the food.
Only survive, what is it? 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food.
Yep.
and it was a 3, or I think it was 3 minutes without air or something like that. But it's 333. It's like,
sounds about right.
And it's like what, a gallon of water a day per person.
Yeah. At least if you're
that's
marching
just
around.
a drink. That's not even for washing and stuff, right? So it's like people don't think about these things, and like, Lord forbid that. Remember, if the power goes out, water goes out because the water is pumped by the power. So you know what I mean? Like, people don't think about stuff.
How does your water come, Woody?
Oh, we have a well. The generator can run it.
Okay,
there you go.
That's nice. That's very
well. It's still ran by the power, though.
Yeah, we're coming to your place.
I mean, if I had to pick another country to live in,
I guess you lower a bucket. Now is it the kind of well that's like drilled or bored?
I actually don't know.
Could you lower a bucket in it?
Yeah,
I'm not sure. There's a concrete thing on the hole,
is
and
it like is it like this big around?
Yeah, it's like a manhole cover sized.
Yeah, you could pop that off.
I don't know what's under the cover though. For all I know, it's a manhole sized cover and a 6-inch hole.
Well, you should find out.
Expect that.
No, you pop that cover off. You can see all the way down to the water. You could lower a bucket in there. I grew up with a well.
Should go look. Okay,
yeah.
Or figure out at least a hand pump system, like one of those. You know what I mean?
I don't know how deep it is. I know there's a lot of flow. Like that was a thing we look for in the house.